morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Thursday, September 15th. Hey, I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, then you can follow me there as well. Hey, if you'd like to connect, please go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information, and everything else you want to do to contact me. Again, that's contactlarry.com. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that share button and hit that like button. Everybody hit that share button right now. I'm going to ask you over and over again to hit that share button because it's a lot of fun to share this with your friends. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And you can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. So please go there and subscribe as well. You can comment live during this show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. Let me say hello to a couple people who are already saying hi. I love it. We have Charles. We have James coming in from YouTube. We have Glenn. We have Tom. Hey, Tom. It was good to see you the other night at that event. And we have my wife, Linda. Thank you, Linda. We have Bill. We have John and Tommy and another Tom and my brother Seth. Awesome. My favorite fans are all here. Hey, you can comment live during the show, like I said. And don't forget to join the Money Chat Now page. And this way you can still view the show when I'm in Facebook jail. Just remember that I can only transmit there if I'm in Facebook jail, so make sure you like the Money Chat Now page. That way you'll always be able to see the show. Hey, Lucas just joined us. Hey, Lucas is watching from YouTube. Awesome. All right, today we're going to be talking about the market recap, what happened yesterday. We're going to be talking about the possibility of the railroad strike. All kinds of news coming in on that already. We're going to be talking about going back to the office and the newest Mustang. My wife will like that part. All right, let's talk about the fact that Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading. And guess what? That's tonight. So that means you can come tonight. You can go to investorschooling.com and you can sign up for a class tonight. Hey, I want to thank the following people. Once again, thank you so much for sharing the page. We had my wife Linda share it. We had Art share it and Peter. I think Mike shared it as well. I also noticed that Barbara shared it. And of course, Betsy shares it as well. And if you shared it as well, please let me know. That's so awesome. I thank you so much for sharing the show. Please share the show with your friends by clicking the share button. The share button should be the right underneath the video, and just share it directly on your page or a friend's page. You can also share it in groups as well and help your friends make more money and even laugh in the morning. All right, a couple other people joining us real quick. We got Deb and Mike. Thanks so much. Mike's already saying hello to Ken the Democrat. All right. So yesterday was okay. Like the route, it didn't really continue from the day before, and turned out to be an average day yesterday. The Dow moved up and down, and it swung about 300 points from the low point to the high point. It closed up a total of 30 points at the end of the day, and the investors kind of shrugged off the day before, and it was business as usual. The Nasdaq was also choppy as investors tried to find their footing after the biggest one-day drop in more than 2 years. The Nasdaq rose about 86 points, and the S&P ended up about 13 up. The winners yesterday included Moderna, who was up more than 6%. Tesla rose 3.6%, and Apple also added 1%. Stocks sought stability after a hotter-than-expected inflation report the day before, which sent them tumbling to post their worst day since 2020 when the Dow crashed over 1,250 points. I remember when a 1,250-point drop was a really big deal. It panicked everyone in America. 1,250 drop is still bad, but it used to be when the Dow dropped over 500 points, it was pure panic. Now a 1,250 point is just simply a really bad day. This, of course, all happened because of August's Consumer Price Index report showed a headline inflation that rose 1.1% on a monthly basis despite the drop in gas prices. So Wall Street was expecting a drop in CPI, not an increase. By the way, did you know what else was happening on Tuesday in the White House? Seriously, in the White House on Tuesday, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were hosting a party to celebrate the passing of the Inflation Reduction Act. You know, the misnamed Inflation Increase Act that Congress just passed. The irony is incredible. The White House is celebrating something called the Inflation Reduction Act, touting how it will improve the economy and lower inflation, and they did this on the exact day the CPI report showed inflation increasing despite all attempts to lower inflation by people like Jerome Powell, who actually understand how money works, not like these guys. The celebration continued as the average worker saw their 401k drop substantially on Tuesday when the Dow dropped over 1,250 points. That's right, the elite in Washington continue to party using your tax dollars to pay for it and celebrate the worst drop in the market's history since 2020 and the highest inflation in 40 years. These guys are so out of touch with reality, it's really embarrassing. But what's more embarrassing is the base of voters who continue to vote these lying sack of crap politicians into office. Anyway, getting back to today, we have a few more reports to rattle the market today. These reports will be released at 8:30 once again, and these are some of the reports that we are expecting: the retail sales report, the import price report, and the jobless claims report, as well as the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Survey and the Empire State Manufacturing Survey. They will all be out at 8:30. And with all these reports set to hit at 8:30, it might take about 5 minutes for the futures to reflect the report as the investors absorb it. If you remember, all week I've been telling you at exactly 8:30, the market's going to swing wildly, and sure enough, it happened every time. But this time, it probably take a little bit longer, but I also don't think they're going to have much of an effect on the market anyway, because there's nothing really here that's going to be really surprising. All right, let's take a look at the futures and see what Wall Street is trying to tell us right now. Right now, the Dow is up 30. It was actually up a little bit higher earlier, and then it went down, then it went up. So it's kind of like sitting there doing nothing, really waiting for these reports. The S&P is kind of neutral, and NASDAQ down 10. So there's really nothing going on. I don't know if you guys know about this railroad strike. Do you know that there might be a railroad strike as of tomorrow morning? Many people who count on the railroad to go to work in the morning may find themselves using their car to get to work. But the clog in traffic and, of course, the added pollution is not the only problem with the railroad strike. Freight railroad companies and unions representing workers have been locked in a dispute over pay and working conditions, and come tomorrow, the conflict could spill over into a logistical crisis, affecting not only commuters who rely on the railway to get to work, but also the nation's energy and supply of drinking water and food. While a presidential board has urged a compromise, two of the largest unions representing 57,000 conductors and engineers have not agreed yet to the deal. By the way, there's an update on this, I'm going to tell you in a minute, which actually could prompt a major strike or the railroads to lock out passenger rail agencies and workers. The impasse is tied to disagreements between the management and labor over sick time and penalties for missing work. Penalties for missing work? Like, if you miss work, do you just not get paid, or do you, I don't get that one. And, maybe if you miss work too many times, you get fired. Could that be a penalty? Well, anyway. Of course, Biden and his cronies aim to advocate for union workers, of course, right? So now we have another supply chain crisis being caused by and exacerbated by the commie in charge. Seriously, can this administration do anything right to help the American people? I find it so comical that there are memes that say Biden and the Democrats are on a mission to destroy America. I used to just find them funny and kind of brush them off, but seriously, at this point, it's the only real conclusion. They must be trying to destroy America. This strike has already canceled train routes in several major arteries for Americans. Amtrak has decided to cancel routes just as a preparation for this possible strike. It's pretty obvious that the strike may happen. Well, the weak leadership in the country makes negotiating with terrorists like the train workers impossible. I wonder if Ken the Democrat didn't like the idea of me calling them terrorists. Well, they are terrorists. They're planning to destroy this country from inside by cutting off the supply chain for food, water, and other precious supplies. I wonder how much baby formula gets shipped by train. So, most likely the strike will happen, but I do have an update on that. I suggest you stock up on water and food for the next few weeks. I wonder if toilet paper is shipped by train. Maybe we should buy 4,000 rolls, just in case. By the way, while writing this story, and like I said before, as an update, a flash across the headline said that Biden announced that a tentative railway labor agreement has been reached. And, I've done some research on this. I'm not seeing too much information on this yet, but we're going to see how it plays out. And if it plays out well, maybe there won't be a strike. If it doesn't play out well, maybe there will be a strike. But either way, you know that we're getting screwed as Americans. So anyway, let's take a break here. I'll talk to you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. We have a class tonight, so if you have never been to a class, come tonight. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And of course, you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. So if you go to Rumble and Spotify, search for Money Chat Now or search for Larry Steinhouse. Like and subscribe there, and you'll be able to connect with me. If you want to connect with me, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information. That's contactlarry.com. By the way, we're still having this event on Saturday, and it's a pretty filled, but we still have a couple of seats left. And I want to remind you that the event's this Saturday. We have an all-day event featuring some of the most brilliant minds in business, including Hannah Kessler, the single millionaire chick, Chris Noggle, the money multiplier, Bill Walsh, the rainmaker, and of course myself, Larry Steinhouse, the host of this show, Money Chat Now, and of course the CEO of Investor Schooling. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't signed up for this event, you want to sign up. I know a lot of people, it's funny because I'm finding that a lot of people are waiting for me to give a discount ticket. I was not discounting the tickets this time. So, if you want a ticket, go to 4mmw.com. That's 4mmw.com. It's $97. If you can't afford $97, then you need to be there more. And if you don't want to pay $97, we don't want you there. So it's 4mmw.com, and we will see you hopefully on Saturday. It's a great event, I'm telling you right now. All right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the market recap. We talked about the fact that there might be a railroad strike. It looks like there might have been some negotiation that might be delayed. We'll see. Maybe it'll be delayed till the end of November, you know what I mean, or the middle of November. Coming up, of course, we have going back to the office. I'm going to talk about Tesla and, of course, the newest Mustang. And then we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Come on, hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button right now. Let me know you like it. Hit the share button. And leave me a comment to say hi if you haven't already. And by the way, when you leave a comment, it's really the only way I know you're watching. So you could tell, I can tell who's leaving comments, but I can't tell who's watching. So even if you just say hi, even if you just say hi on the comment, I know you're watching. So please also share, and don't forget to order my new book. It's called Money Hacks, and if you ordered it, please leave a review. The book is Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. Go to Barnes & Noble, go to Amazon, whatever, and order it. And please leave a review on Amazon if you have read it or if you've ordered it already. I really appreciate that. So real quick, before we go to the next story, I want to say hello to a whole bunch of people joining us. We got Royce, we got Ken, the regular Ken, we got Art, we got Mike, and it looks like Jose coming to us from YouTube as well. That's awesome. All right, let's talk about Tesla return to the office. Well, we all know when the great scandemic hit this country, the entitled American public decided that they no longer had to go to an office to work. The government was now telling people they had to stay home and work from their bedroom, their kitchen, or their home office. To protect the people from getting a cold. Well, we're not going to get into that subject right now. But anyway, now that the world have fought back against the tyrannical governments, especially ours, many American companies are asking their employees to return to the office and, be productive again. Tesla, under the leadership of Elon Musk, has been the most vocal in their return to the office policy. Musk said in 2 separate emails that people must show up for work at least 40 hours per week. If you don't show up, we will assume you have resigned, he said in one of the emails. I think that's brilliant. He continued, anyone who wishes to do remote work must be in the office for a minimum, and I mean a minimum, of 40 hours per week or depart Tesla. Wow. This is less than we ask of our factory workers, he said. So basically he's saying, get back to work. He even said in a tweet that remote workers should pretend to work somewhere else. I love it. It's so freaking brilliant. Anyway, so he's pretty serious about the return to work policy. However, there is a problem, or at least I should say the media wants us to believe there is a problem. Here's a recent report on the topic, and according to an article on CNBC, the return to office policy has caused a decline in morale, especially among teams that allowed employees to work remotely as needed before COVID-19. You mean they have to go to work now and they're upset? Aw, welcome to the real world. Anyway, the article reported that in general, Tesla has been open to remote work policy among employees' roles before the pandemic, so they were allowing remote work before the pandemic. The article also said that according to several current people who work there, Tesla recently wanted to bring employees into the San Francisco Bay Area to the office for 3 days per week, but a shortage of chairs, desk space, parking spots, and other resources proved too much. So the first thing is parking spaces. So if you come to work early, you're going to get a parking spot. If you come to work late, you're going to have to park on the street and walk there. So maybe you should come to work early. I find it hard to believe, by the way, that this is a real problem and not just an anti-Musk propaganda when in June, right after Musk mandated 40 hours on site for all Tesla employees, he also made steep cuts to its headcount. Employees who were previously designated as remote workers but could not relocate and be in the office 40 hours a week were given until September 30th to move or take severance packages from Tesla. So even if it is a problem, that problem will cure itself in 2 weeks anyway. Of course, the article went on to say that Tesla and Musk are racist with this policy because the article says that U.S. candidates who accepted remote job offers basically were mostly Black, Hispanic, Native American, Alaska Native, Pacific Islanders, and veterans and or people with disabilities. Candidates who accepted remote job offers were more likely to be also women. So either Musk is a racist for saying that people need to return to work, or in my opinion, the people who say that Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, Alaskan Natives, Pacific Islanders, and veterans can't figure out how to get to work, those are the people who are racist. Kind of like voter ID. You know, if you're Black or Hispanic, you can't get a driver's license or a valid ID because, because you're Black or Hispanic. Of course, Tesla and Musk declined to respond to the article, and frankly, why should they? This is clearly a piece designed to say how bad Musk is and how Tesla is for Americans. Because they mastered making the green vehicles that Washington wants all vehicles to be. I also wonder if Tesla is not being a union shop has anything to do with this propaganda. I'll let you decide. All right, let's talk about the newest Mustang. Well, it looks like someone in Ford is thinking ahead and making sure that they have no competition in the muscle car market. When Ford unveiled the first Mustang in 1964, I was 1 year old. The car was an instant hit with muscle car enthusiasts. By the way, if you have an original 1964 in perfect condition, you can get over $100,000 for it. Holy cow. Anyway, the success of the Mustang launch led to multiple competitors from other American manufacturers, including the Chevrolet Camaro, the Pontiac Firebird, the AMC Javelin, and the Dodge Challenger. All of these companies and cars competed for the glory that the Mustang had. The Javelin? Really? Anybody ever seen what a Javelin looks like? Anyway, a couple of years ago, Ford decided to make the jump, or should I say the leap, to the E-Mach, right? The E-Mach Mustang, which is an electric sports kind of hatchback, sort of SUV, sort of Mustang, sort of, I don't even know what that is. The vehicle did well in sales, even in the scamdemic, and including the supply chain issues, it didn't have a problem. However, it got a lot of criticism from Mustang enthusiasts who, first of all, felt the look of the car wasn't worthy of the Mustang label, and the fact that it was an electric vehicle. Well, I think Ford just redeemed himself with a new Mustang for 2024. First of all, it will remain a gas-powered vehicle and offer a V8 engine. Whoa, I'm already a fan. By the way, the look of the car from the pictures basically has a new design, and it looks pretty sharp. Ford will be the only American muscle car builder with a gas-powered engine. Check this out. The Dodge Challenger and Chevrolet Camaro, The car's largest rivals are expecting to go all electric in the coming years. Oh boy, here, let me plug in my Chevrolet Camaro. Let me show you how cool it is. Oh, God. Anyway, I think it's a brilliant move by Ford, and I'll bet they'll outsell the electric competition by leaps and bounds. Of course, if they continue to build these into the year 2035, they won't be for sale in California. Of course, you can still drive them there or buy them in another state, but the Ford dealers in California won't be allowed to sell them. But then again, it won't really matter much anyway because California won't have any electricity to run the dealership with all the electric cars being charged without enough power to support the grid. I'm looking forward to seeing the car, and it might just take one out for a test drive. But I still will say that nothing beats my wife's beautiful 2007 Shelby GT. That car's awesome. If you haven't seen a picture of it, I'll bet you she's going to post one right now. All right, let's take a break here, and when we come back, I'll be discussing some picks and plays for today. See you in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on BarnesandNoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to BarnesandNoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And by the way, if you'd like to be a sponsor of this show, your name and product will be delivered to hundreds of loyal listeners and watchers of the show. I'm telling you, if you want to be a sponsor, it'd be great. Hey, look, as you know, we're expanding our base every day, and if you'd like to have your product or service out to my audience and help keep the show on the air, I'd also love to have you as a sponsor. Just reach out, let me know, and we can make that happen for you. All right, a couple of people also I want to say hello to, a couple of people joining us, Rob and Christian, and it looks like, so real quick, so Rob asked, will that event on the 17th, this Saturday, be recorded? It will not be recorded because it's actually it's an interactive event, so it doesn't really make sense for somebody to watch at home. So if you want to, definitely come to it. Rob, if you can come to it, you definitely want to be there. Christian, too, I don't know if you signed up yet. You definitely want to be there as well. And by the way, if you guys are like this show, we do have a Spotify channel. That's right. You can subscribe to the channel and listen to all the reports. They're broken out for your enjoyment. So if you want to talk about that Tesla report or the Ford report, you can listen to just that report. You can listen to it there. Look up Money Chat Now on Spotify and subscribe there. All right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the market recap, and we talked about how the market is actually right now, the futures are up about 5, the S&P is down 5, and the NASDAQ is, I don't know, minus 33. It's really nothing happening right now. I'm thinking they're all waiting for the 8:30 reports to see what happens. We also talked about the railroad strike, and it's very possible that they avoided the strike. We'll have to see. We'll know in the next day or two. We talked about the fact that Elon Musk is being blasted for sending his employees to work. That's what this world's come to right now. And we talked about the fact that the newest Mustang will actually have a V8 engine. How cool is that? And coming up today, we also have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Come on, everybody, hit the like button and hit the share button. Come on, Seth, you didn't even hit the share button. I didn't see you share it yet. Hit the share button. All right. Also, tell all your friends about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. Please share it on your page or in groups that you feel will also enjoy the show. And like I said before, there's still time to register for this event. Go to 4mmw.com. That's 4mmw.com. You know you want to be there. I'll have a seat waiting for you next to me if you want to register. So you definitely want to be there. All right, a couple of people online that said hi. So Kristen says she has some stuff to do. Well, forget you. You're not important then. All right, we got Justin. What's up, Justin? Saying hi, and it looks like Michael is saying hi. Pretty awesome. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Everybody's cool. Let's talk about what's going to happen today. Excuse me. Today should be a relatively normal day. The news of inflation is already absorbed, and Wall Street had their little temper tantrum on Tuesday. Do I think we're going to regain the 1,250 points this week? Not at all. You also need to realize that the market moves in cycles. Right now, the cycle has been pretty predictable since June, and the range is about 31,000 to 34,000, and we are in the low 31,000s. So that means the market will be returning to about 34,000, unless, of course, something happens to affect the cycle. It may not be a big jump that moves us there. It may just move slowly, but a rise in the market is coming. So that means it's time for you to jump on your favorite stocks. I'm telling you right now, Meta is a great play. It dropped below 150 for a brief time yesterday, and that was a buy. So if you were a student of mine, you actually got a text from me that said, buy it now, and that was the time to do it. My prediction, at least it'll be at least 175 when we come into earnings. Apple also started to come back yesterday, and it's also a play to me. 150 or below is a play to me. The market is ready for you to buy, and you should be ready too. My Carnival Cruise Line keeps inching up, and I noticed that the other cruise lines are following suit. The scamdemic rules are almost completely gone from cruises, and that's bringing back the guests. Now all you need, by the way, to take a cruise is you need a negative COVID test to cruise. That's pretty easy. Nothing else. No vaccine. No nothing. All right, let's look at the futures. Let's see if we can take a hint of what Wall Street is expecting this morning. Right now, it looks like, again, the Dow not hardly moving at all. The S&P down nothing, really. And the NASDAQ is down about 40, not much. I'm telling you, they're all waiting for the report, and the big one's going to be the retail sales report. That's probably the biggest report that they're waiting for, which will be at 8:30. And if that report comes in good or bad or whatever, the market's going to move. I don't know. I can't really get a handle on how good or bad it's going to be. We'll have to see because it depends on the other reports, but that's the most important one. All right, on the crypto scene, Ethereum launched new software that should make mining less expensive. What does that mean for Ethereum? The hell if I know. Bitcoin is still hovering around 20,000, and Ethereum is actually dropping now, and it's about 1,500. I'm still saying stay far away from both of these guys. Gold and silver, actually stay away from all crypto right now. Gold and silver is still sucking wind. Gold is about 1,700, and silver is about 19,500. That's the stuff you should be buying with your crypto money, silver and gold. The Treasury bond is about 3.44, and I'm going to imagine that 4 will happen soon. Oil is about $88 a barrel, and the average gas price is moving down to $3.69 a gallon. Hey, I want to thank you for watching Money Chat Now. We are here live every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now, and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And remember, you can contact me directly at contactlarry.com. And don't forget, make it a profitable day.